You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It is a gorgeous Wednesday evening here in Detroit, and it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Detroit Tigers in the middle game of a three-game set from Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with Ken Singleton. I'm Michael K. Yankees had their 5-game winning streak snapped last night. They try to get back to their winning ways today. Last night, they lose 5-2, and there was a bright spot, and it was a bright spot twice.
Well, leadoff man came through for the Yankees last night. Jacoby Ellsbury, he will be leading off once again tonight. And in the 5th inning, he's going to put the Yankees on the board. There's a Rick Porcello pitch in the middle of the plate, and he likes it. This one is well hit by Ellsbury into the seats, and the Yankees are on the scoreboard. Then in the 8th inning, this is the second run for the Yankees. Another solo shot for Ellsbury. In fact, he's been red hot of late. 2 3-hit games in a row. The Yankees, of course, hope that continues.
How about over the last 8 games, Kenny? 15 for 31, that's 484. 3 homers, 7 ribbies, 6 runs scored during that time. He's raised his average from 270 to 284. Tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. The left-hander David Price will go for the Tigers, and for the Yankees, it's the rookie right-hander Shane Green, who's done a very nice job for them.
He certainly has. In fact, this will be the second time he's faced the Detroit Tigers. Let's go back to August the 7th at Yankee Stadium, an afternoon game, and Shane Green was on. His slider was outstanding. He also had a pretty good fastball during the course of this game. He went 8 shutout innings against a very good hitting Detroit team, and the sinker was working. Gets a double play here to help himself out. The Yankees went on to win that game by a score of 1-0.
And he's got a tough customer against him, David Price. But for Brian McCann, Price is right. He does very well against him. Why? Meredith Maragovitz investigates next, right here on Yes.
Welcome back to Comerica Park for Yankees baseball on Yes. Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Tigers coming your way in just a couple minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. Brian McCann is not catching today. However, he is in the lineup. He'll be DHing, and for good reason. He has some pretty solid numbers against David Price. He has 5 hits and 12 at-bats, a .417 average, not to mention he's homered 3 times. So I caught up with McCann earlier today to ask him why he feels as though he's had so much success against Price.
He's as good as it gets. I mean, this guy's got the velocity. He's works both sides of the plate. Can throw his off-speed in there whenever he wants. So I've had a couple hits off him, a couple home runs, but anytime you face a guy like him, it's not a comfortable at bat.
When you have success against a guy, when you step into the batter's box, does that do anything for your confidence, for your mentality stepping in?
I think so. I mean, again, it goes back to he's David Price. He's a guy that he's got a lot of success. You just try to work counts, you try to get pitches to hit, and luckily I've been able to do that this year.
Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. We'll have lineups First Pitch Baseball with Michael Kay and Ken Singleton after the break.
Dealer.com for all summer sell-down offers by Henry and Me. Watch Yankees Legends Come Alive, available on DVD and digital download September 30th. By Benjamin Moore, the official paint of the New York Yankees. And by Honda, get a great deal on a new car you'll love at the Honda Summer Clearance Event. No rain today here in Detroit. A beautiful, beautiful early evening, and we're ready for baseball at Comerica Park. You see the Tigers have taken the field behind David Price. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup presented by Lexus. A little different than the one you're used to. Leading off and playing center field, it's Jacoby Ellsbury. The captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, that's second. Hitting third and playing second, Martin Prado. Mark Teixeira's at first base. He'll clean up. The number 5 hitter, right fielder, Carlos Beltran. Brian McCann will DH. He'll bat 6. Batting 7, playing third base, it's Chase Headley. Now, Brett Gardner drops to 8th. The left fielder, though, is 2 for 20 against David Price. And Joe Jordy said the lineup would be different if we were facing a righty. And Francisco Cervelli is going to catch, and he's going to bat 9th.
Well, yesterday, David Price had his 29th birthday, so this is his first time on the mound as a 29-year-old. And when you look at his numbers, he certainly has something to celebrate. He's 12-9, ERA of 3.00. Already has reached 200 innings this year and 173 hits. You can see he's tough to hit. Opponent's batting average is 227. Let's check out our pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. Well, he's coming off a very, very tough loss to his former team, the Tampa Bay Rays. They beat him 1-0 on an unearned run. In fact, Price only gave up 1 hit in that game. He tops the major leagues in strikeouts with 221. But this year, if there's been one thing that's been a little different about David Price, he's given up more home runs than he's ever given up. He's given up 23 this year, so I guess you could say he's been a frequent flyer.
All right, let's take a look at the Tigers' defense behind David Price. In the outfield, you've got J.D. Martinez, Rajai Davis is in center, and Torrey Hunter over and right. That's left to right. In the infield, it's Castellanos at third, Suarez at short, Kinsler, the second baseman, and Miggy Cabrera is over at first. Alex Avila behind the plate, and David Price is on the mound. Yankees lost yesterday by a score of 5-2. They could not do much against Rick Porcello, but that man did. 2 home runs against Porcello, and that was the Yankee offense as they had their 5-game winning streak snap. Yankees are 68-62. The Tigers are 71-59. Jacoby Ellsbury is ready, and David Price is ready. And let's do it here in Motown. The first pitch is outside. We are underway. The crew chief, Bob Davidson, is the home plate umpire. John Tumpane at first, Bill Welke at second, and James Hoy is the third base ump. The 1-0. 2-0.
Yeah, I mentioned Price giving up a lot of home runs this year, and I think one of the reasons is he doesn't walk many people for a hard thrower. He has a good strikeout to walk ratio, which means when he throws strikes, he throws so many of them, they all can't be to the corners.
There's a strike on the corner, 2-1.
That unusual side saddle delivery. It's almost as if he's working from somewhat of a stretch. You know, some people would say he's anticipating men being on base.
There's a base hit past Cabrera, and the red-hot Ellsbury continues. He's now 10 for his last 18. And let's listen to the hand for Derek Jeter. Nice ceremony the Tigers had prior to first pitch. They had Derek's mom and dad, his sister, his nephew on the field. 2 of his coaches from Kalamazoo, Jabba Chamberlain and Phil Cope, former teammates from the Yankees, presented him with a check for $5,000 for the Turn 2 Foundation. They gave him a couple of seats from Old Tiger Stadium and a painting of 3 stages of Jeter's life. And there's a strike to Derek.
It was a very nice ceremony. You would expect that the Tigers would do something very special because Derek is native of Michigan, Kalamazoo. Very well done.
Honestly, though, Derek's nephew, Jalen,
he stole the show.
Jalen is wearing a Yankee pinstripe top, number 2. Mm-hmm. He's got a Yankee hat on, and they're introducing all the people on the field. And Jalen is in his mom, Charlie's, arms. And they say, and Derek's nephew, Jalen, and the kid just tips his cap.
Here, what?
Here it is. Look at Charlie's face. I mean, the crowd started laughing. Joe Girardi was in the Yankee dugout. He threw his hands up in the air. I mean, it was priceless. Maybe got that from the Jeter commercial. Everybody's tipping their cap. The 0-2. A little late as he fouls that one off.
With Jacoby Ellsbury at first, one of the best base stealers in the league. One thing to remember about Price, he hasn't allowed a stolen base in his last 9 starts. In fact, the last player to steal a base against David Price is the man at the plate, Derek Jeter. That was back on July 1st.
There goes Ellsbury, and the ball fouled away. Ellsbury had a pretty good jump.
Yeah, he usually does get a good jump, and even when he doesn't, he has the speed that if a catcher doesn't make an accurate throw, he's going to make it anyway. You know, you're more or less guessing with a left-hander on the mound. First movement, you take off, and if he throws the first, then you hope the first baseman doesn't make a good throw to second. Ellsbury's been one of the more successful base stealers in the league. He's 35-5, 35 out of 40.
Now, Derek and David Price will forever be linked in baseball history because Price was on the mound when Derek picked up his 3,000th hit at Yankee Stadium, a home run off David Price. Derek had 5 hits that day, including the game winner. He has 19 hits and 63 at-bats against Price.
Now, he also broke the Yankee record for doubles against David Price.
Yankees look up at the scoreboard now, and they know that Texas has beaten Seattle 12-4 this afternoon at Safeco Field. So you win this game, you gain on both teams in front of you. The 0-2, 1-2.
You know, with David Price on the mound, here's a guy, if you invite him to dinner to your house, expect him to stay for a long time, because during ball games, he averages the most innings per start of anybody in the American League. A little over 7 innings per start on average for David Price.
Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw to second. Stolen base for Ellsbury. He's been successful now 12 straight times.
Like I said, everything has to go right to get the better base stealers. He didn't think Price would throw over twice in a row. He was right. The throw's a little high and not handled by the shortstop Suarez. And Ellsbury's going to be in there safely. Even if he caught the ball, he couldn't have got the tag down in time to get him. So his 36th stolen base of the year.
Two. Still 2-2.
Now, when Price was with the Rays, Michael, I think you would agree. It just seemed like every series that the Yankees would play the Rays, he was going to pitch one of those games. That means you would see him upwards of 6 times a year.
Now, we mentioned that yesterday was Price's 29th birthday, and his girlfriend, as a gift, gave him a helicopter ride around Detroit so he could see the area in which he now works. And he said the thing that struck him was how clear all the lakes are. You could see right to the bottom. And he had never been on a helicopter before, so he thought it was a great birthday gift.
Maybe check out future real estate.
The 2-2. Strike 3. Jeter down looking. So Price wins that battle as Jeter does not get Ellsbury over.
Well, we've seen in these first 2 games. The first 2 games, we see the Tigers last night, Rick Porcello, and now David Price. When they really want to throw a strike to Derek Jeter and try and get him out, they usually come inside with the hard stuff. And that was good enough for home plate umpire Bob Davidson. Calls strike 3. Jeter called out on strikes. Derek, during that at bat after Ellsbury stole second, was trying to hit the ball the other way.
Here's Martin Prado. Ellsbury is at second. We're just underway here at Comerica Park. Yankees and the Tigers.
This is the first time that Prado has batted third, just like he is defensively. You can bat him in various places in the lineup. You can play him just about everywhere on the field. And this might be a reason why he's batting third tonight. Whoa.
351 against left-handed pitchers since July 8th.
Now, one thing I've noticed, whether he's at home or on the road, just over his right shoulder, Robbie Kakuza has some work to do. He gets that pine tar. You see the pine tar on the bat, and he has a tendency to rest the bat on his shoulders during his at bat, and then he raises it up, gets ready to hit. But prior to actually swinging the bat, he's going to put it down on the shoulder, just the way he hits.
Three and 0.
So whoever has to do the cleaning, they certainly know which number Martin Prado is over the years.
Let's see if Joe Girardi gives him the green light on 3-0. He does not. We'll never know because the pitch was well upstairs. And he walks. Yankees baseball is available in Spanish by hitting the SAP button on your remote. SAP is brought to you by Infinity. So first and second. And here is Mark Teixeira, who looks down at third base coach Rob Thompson. Teixeira, 3 hits in his last 16 at bats, averaged down to .231. Still leads the team with 20 home runs. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Way outside, 1-0. So as Kenny said, in his last start, he gave up just 1 hit, and an unearned run was enough for his former team. Right now he's struggling in the first inning. First and second, 1 man out.
Well, one thing the Yankees are doing, they're going to get his pitch count over 20 this inning, which is a good point, even if he gets out of the inning.
The 1-0. 1-1.
Now you can see Martin Prado at first, keeping an eye on Ellsbury. With 1 out, Ellsbury is more apt to try and steal third base than he was with Derek Jeter at the plate when there was nobody out.
Price works very, very deliberately with men on base. The 1-2. Strike 3. Teixeira down looking. Mark doesn't seem like he wants to leave the box.
We'll take a look at the called third strike, and is there a reason why he doesn't want to leave it? Well, it looks low after it's caught by Avila, but let's see if it passes the front knee test. It barely does. You know, some umpires will call the top part of the knee, some will call the lower part of the knee. Teixeira is called out. So far, the only Yankee to make contact this inning is Ellsbury with the leadoff single.
Another switch hitter. It's Carlos Beltran. One and 0.
Well, you can hear Price groaning all the way up here.
Two and one.
Beltran had a 2-hit night here last night.
Two and two. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. 78 degrees, 45% humidity, not much wind. It's partly cloudy. What a nice day here in Detroit.
Yeah, what wind there is blowing out tonight. Almost a straightaway center field. One thing I noticed about the Tigers, they don't shift quite as much as some other teams have during the course of this season. They're more or less straight away with Beltran up here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, top of the first inning. Price deals. Fouled away.
Tried to add a little extra on that one, 95 miles an hour. Shane Green might have to take some extra warm-ups. He's been waiting a while.
The 2-2. Well, the way this is going to be a straight doubleheader with tomorrow's afternoon game. Wow. So the runners will go now, first and second, with 2 outs and a 3-2 count on Beltran. A single by Ellsbury, a stolen base. Jeter struck out looking, a walk to Prado, and Teixeira struck out looking. Now a 3-2 count on the number 5 batter of the right fielder, Carlos Beltran. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Price took a while, but he works out of the first inning without allowing a run, and he did it with the strikeout. Jeter down looking. Teixeira down looking. Beltran, more conventional. Swing and a miss. We go to the bottom of the first. Tigers' turn against the rookie Shane Green, and tonight's Tigers starting lineup is presented by Chevrolet. Ian Kinsler, the second baseman, leads off. In right field, the veteran Torrey Hunter bats second. Hitting third at first base, Miguel Cabrera. Victor Martinez will DH and clean up. the number 5 hitter, left fielder J.D. Martinez. Nick Castellanos at third base will bat 6th. Batting 7th and catching, Alex Avila. Eugenio Suarez, he's going to play shortstop and bat 8th, and batting 9th, and playing center field, Rajay Davis.
Shane Green is on the mound for the Yankees tonight, just 25 years old. He's 1-0 in his career against the Detroit Tigers. And 3-1 on the season with a very good earned run average, 3.17. Walks. The strikeout ratio is very, very good. Let's check out our pitcher scouting report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. He's making progress. In fact, his numbers at the big league level are better than his numbers at the AAA level. He was called up because of injuries to the Yankee rotation. He's pitched better in the major leagues. And one more for the road. You've heard that. You know, if you're out with your friends tonight, hope you have a designated driver with you. But it's a good thing for Shane Green because the Yankees would like to see him take one more for the road. He's pitched 4 games in his career on the road for the Yankees. The Yankees have won all 4 of them. And he's just allowed 4 home runs in over 48 innings. He does a good job of keeping the ball in the park.
Well, this Tiger team can hit some home runs, so let's see if he could slow them down. Ian Kinsler will start it off. Tiger's second baseman hitting .280 with 12 homers and 69 ribbies. Inside from Green, 1-0. This is the 53rd start by a rookie for the New York Yankees this year. Far and away the most of any team in baseball. Number 2, the Diamondbacks have started a rookie 37 times. (3-0). Bob Davidson flints as if he was going to call a strike, but he did not.
Cervelli, was he asking him where was it?
No, I think that Davidson didn't seem that enthused about picking up the ball that trickled behind Cervelli. 3-0. There's a strike.
You can see the movement on the fastball. It kind of runs in on the right-handed hitters. Slider goes down and away. These Tigers had one look at Shane Green on August the 7th.
And Kinsler with a walk. Let's check out the Yankee defense presented by Geico. Brett Gardner's back. He's in left field. Ellsbury in center and Beltran over in right. Infield, Headley, Jeter, Prado and Teixeira third to first. Francisco Cervelli behind the plate, and on the mound the rookie Shane Green. Here's Torrey Hunter. And a strike. Shane Green, another pitcher that has undergone Tommy John surgery. He actually had Tommy John surgery when he was in college and lost his scholarship. His coach wanted him to come back and make the team again, and he said no. Then had a tryout for the Yankees in Tampa. They liked what they saw, and they drafted him in the 15th round. So far, that's turned out to be a pretty good pick for the Yanks. Popped up. Martin Prado makes the play for the first out. Fans, follow every Yankees game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replay, score, stats, audio, the free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Yankees.com today.
Now, Michael, sometimes when kids go off to college and they get a scholarship, they automatically think it's a 4-year scholarship. It's not necessarily. You know, it kind of goes from year to year.
I wonder if that's going to change now that there's a threat of college kids unionizing.
Yeah, I think, and if I'm not mistaken, the University of Maryland is now guaranteeing 4-year scholarships. If you are good enough the first year, they feel you're going to be good enough for all 4 years.
Now they probably look at it as a way to, to discipline the player. But you can look at it another way. A kid gets hurt. Why should he lose a scholarship?
Or maybe it's a way of getting better players. I mean, Maryland's now in the Big Ten. They have to play teams like Michigan now, Michigan State.
The 0-1. High pop-up. Left field. And Gardner makes the play for the second out. That was way up there.
Ooh. It tells you he got good wood on it. But it went straight up the silo. Just underneath it. This pitch was right there, right in the middle. And I think Shane Green is very, very lucky. This one didn't end up in the left field seats.
And that'll bring up Victor Martinez, and we'll take a look at the Jeep hitter scouting report.
Yeah, he's definitely in the race for the batting title. There are several hitters in the American League, including Victor Martinez, who are in the offing. And you got about a month to go now, and we'll see who can come out on top. It's Jose Altuve leading right now. Victor Martinez is second. Robinson Cano is in there as well, and also Adrian Beltre. And they're all within 7 points of one another. And the second note was easy pass. Victor Martinez leads the American League in intentional walks, 22 of them. And we mentioned last night, this is an interesting note. He's only struck out 37 times, has 25 home runs. For players who have hit as many as 25 in a season, that is close a ratio to strikeouts to home runs since Albert Pujols in 2006. And he was simply amazing. He hit 49 home runs and struck out 50 times.
There's a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, Victor Martinez having a tremendous season. He was the April Player of the Month for the Tigers. And when you look at the way the Tigers are playing this month, he's hitting 360 coming into the latter stages of August, and he might be the Player of the Month for this month as well.
You're talking about home runs and strikeouts, Kenny? Joe DiMaggio hit 361 home runs for his career. Struck out 369 times.
That's almost silly.
As Martinez swings and misses, and that'll do it here in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, a one man left on base. We played one. It's 0-0 as we go to the second. Conversation brought to you by Toyota. Prius is the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. Here's the question: who has been Detroit's most valuable hitter this season and why? J-Rod 2430. I think it's Victor Martinez because he's the protection for Miggy and he's a good presence in that clubhouse. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Prius to keep the conversation going. Here's Brian McCann against David Price. I mean, I've broadcasted a lot of David Price's games, as have you. I have never seen him work this slowly. I mean, even when he's working out of the stretch, just the move to get the arm up in the air takes forever.
Well, let's see. You know, we had a couple of men on base in the first inning, and pitchers normally slow down with men on base. And now with the count of 1-1, the Tigers are going to put the shift on. Castellanos is moving to the delayed shift. He's going to go over to the right side. And I think what he's doing, at least get McCann with one strike before they shift.
And it's a base hit. He found the hole. So he has 3 home runs against Price. He gets a single right there. So he's having a good season against the left-hander.
Yeah, I think the whole idea is with him leading off the inning and with no strikes, he's more apt to try and bunt and push one over. We saw him try that last night. Now that he has a strike, he doesn't want to go to 2 strikes by fouling a ball off. So then they put the shift on, and he places it perfectly between Castellanos, who now goes back to third base, and Cabrera, who was over there at first. So a base hit, leadoff single. Some of these infielders are going to need new shoes after all the traveling they're doing during the course of the season within the infield. You know, another thing, Michael, that might be slowing him down is the fact this is kind of a new catcher for him, Avila. Maybe he's had 3 starts with him thus far. And sometimes it takes a while to develop a rhythm.
The 0-2. 1-2.
Price had 3 strikeouts in the first inning, but 2 of them were called third strikes, and that's kind of been his signature this year. He has the most called third strikeouts in the major leagues, 89 of them, I believe. 88.
Pitch is high to Headley. When the Tigers got David Price, it looked like, wow, an embarrassment of riches. But Verlander's since had trouble with his shoulder. Anibal Sanchez has a pectoral strain. He tried to throw yesterday and felt so much pain, had to shut it down. Not sure he's going to pitch for the rest of the year. So what looked like gluttony now looks like necessity.
In fact, Verlander's been pushed back. He was supposed to pitch tomorrow. He's not. And they're going to save him for the next series. And they're going with a rookie. Kyle Lobstein is going to pitch tomorrow. So that makes this game even more important for the Yankees. Trying to win 2 out of 3 tomorrow. They're going to face a rookie instead of the veteran Verlander.
And they'll send out a veteran, Hiroki Kuroda, against the rookie. 2-2. That one is lined into right center field. It's a base hit. McCann goes to second. Headley picks up a single. First and second, nobody out for the Yankees in the top of the second inning.
Well, Headley's going to dump this one over the head of Kinsler in front of Hunter in right field. So that puts 2 on, nobody out, as Michael said. Let's see how the Yankees want to play it from here with Gardner coming to the plate. He's a good bunter. And he's going to have to make a decent bunt because McCann's at second. Not the fastest runner. Tigers are aware of it.
Not bunting, and takes a pitch inside 1-0.
As long as he has the count in his direction, I think he won't be bunting. If it evens up, he might bunt. Here's Robbie Thompson relaying the signs from manager Joe Girardi.
Two and 0.
And the feeling is that with the count 2-0, he should get a pretty good pitch to hit.
Now, we told you when we gave you the lineup that Girardi said the lineup would be different if there was a right-hander pitching. So don't assume that this is the new lineup now with Gardner at the bottom of the order. And Kenny mentioned 2 for 20 against Price. 2-0. There's a strike. McCann's at second. Headley is at first. Count 2-2.
Looks like Gardner has a guard on that right foot where he fouled the ball off of his ankle, missed a few games here. Yep. Trying to protect it. Ankle was swollen, very sore. And of course, we all know how fast Brett Gardner is. That's a major part of his game. It was shut down.
Grounded up the middle. Kinsler to Suarez on to first, not in time. Fast enough to beat that out. Runners on first and third with 1 out.
Gardner might be the only Yankee, or maybe Ellsbury as well, been able to beat this relay to first base. The ball was not hit all that hard. Kind of broken bat roller towards second. You could hear the bat shatter. To Suarez, and he throws a little high, but Gardner beats it anyway. Here's how you avoid a double play. Be able to run like Brett Gardner. Not many can.
Here's Cervelli.
Cervelli's had 5 chances this year to get a runner in from third with less than 1 out or less than 2 outs, and he has done it 3 times. So 60% of the time he has gotten the job done.
That one is chopped to second. There's one. On to first. It's a double play. That close that he beats it out, the run scores. Instead, an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. There's a high hop. Suarez gets the force, and then on to first to get Cervelli for the twin killing and get Price out of a jam. Medical Center Inspired Medicine. Masahiro Tanaka was having a great season before his elbow forced him onto the DL, and he's making strides to get back, and he's expected to throw a simulated game here at Comerica Park before the afternoon game tomorrow. So that'll be a next step in his rehab. Earlier this afternoon, just lightly tossing in the outfield. But each step, Kenny, there has not been a setback, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and he said through his translator, of course, that he's felt good and ready to move on to the next step. And tomorrow, that'll be a simulated game. He'll face some hitters. There's that good slider from Shane Green. Just catches a hint of the outside corner. J.D. Martinez had a big night here last night. He got a 3-hit night, scored a couple of runs and drove in one. And has been a big part of the order for the Tigers. He's hit 14 homers last 67 games. So just when you think you've gotten by Miguel Cabrera and Victor Martinez, here comes J.D. Martinez.
Strike three, J.D. Martinez down looking. Let's check out the Lowe's Never Stop Improving standings. And each game means so very much. Yankees lost some ground in the wild card yesterday. They're 3 back of both the Tigers and the Mariners. And now we know the Mariners have already lost today. Got slapped around by the Texas Rangers at Safeco, and the Yankees are playing the Tigers. So they could gain a full game on both teams in front of them with a win tonight. And the Indians still lurking there, Kenny, and the Blue Jays, who the Yankees play this weekend, they're 6 back of the second wild card.
Yeah, but you look at the Blue Jays now, they've leveled off at 500. I think what hurt the Blue Jays more than anything else this season, they've had some injuries as well, but Edward Encarnacion missing as much time as he did, and he was one of the best home run hitters in the league.
Castellanos grounds it up the middle, grabbed by Jeter. The 360 fires to first, got him. Nice play ranging up the middle by Derek Jeter.
Now Jeter showing off some range to his left. Ball hit through the middle. They used to say at Old Tiger Stadium the grass was so high you could lose a small child. Slow things down because the fences are so close. They had to give the pitcher something, and they gave him a slow infield, and they said that really helped out the chances for Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker back in the day, who played together at short and second longer than any other tandem in the American League. So maybe the grass is kind of reminiscent of Tiger Stadium.
And there's a strike to Avila. They have a shift against him with 3 infielders on the right side.
But a look at the outfielders, and you see Ellsbury a step towards left center. It's because Avila, when he hits the ball in the air, quite often he hits it the other way.
First pitch, guarding against a bunt. Jeter was closer to third, but after he didn't bunt, Jeter then moves to the natural position of shortstop.
See the numbers for Avila, and a couple of years ago, this guy hit .295 with 19 homers. That's pretty good numbers for a catcher. But the last couple of years, his numbers have gone down. Avila made the All-Star team in 2011. He's not had a season like that since.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him. Third strikeout for Shane Green. He works a 1-2-3 second. We go to the third. Still looking for a run. 0-0. In 2015, New York City FC will make its debut at Yankee Stadium as the first ever Major League Soccer franchise in the 5 boroughs of New York City. You have to witness superstars David Villa and Frank Lampard as they lead New York City FC into action. Season tickets to the inaugural campaign of New York City FC Soccer are available at nycfc.com or by calling 855-77-NYC-FC. Should be a really, really fun team. They've got those 2 big stars as part of a team being put together. Should be great. Jacoby Ellsbury lines the first pitch into right field, and he is red hot. Another single for Ellsbury. 11 for 19 softball numbers.
Not only that, he has 5 hits in a row going back to last night's game. 3 singles and 2 home runs.
Yankees have led off each inning with a base hit, but they have not been able to capitalize. Here's Derek Jeter. He struck out looking in the first inning. On the Audi A3 scoreboard, 0-0. Now, Derek hits the ball hard, and he hits the ball to infielders a lot, and that results in double plays. Hit into 15 of them, and we mentioned this the other day. It almost necessitates, when you've got a fast guy on in front of him, you must send the runner. Ellsbury stole a base in the first inning. There he goes, but he gets picked off. Throw to second. Safe. He beat it out. It wasn't a great throw to Cabrera. That threw him off a bit, and it wasn't a great throw to Suarez. So Ellsbury with his second stolen base of the night.
Yeah, usually you're talking about the catcher has to throw accurately to get him. Well, the same applies to the infielders. The throw's low. Cabrera's kind of underhands it. The throw's off to the third base side. And you can see Ellsbury make the call himself. He thinks he's in there. We get a good look on this. Suarez reaches for the throw. And Ellsbury, it looks like he's in there to me. That goes as a stolen base, his 37th of the year.
Let's see if Jeter bunts now or tries to hit it to the right side. Castellanos in on the cutout at third. And Jeter pushes the bunt over the Yankee dugout for a strike. Derek hitting .266, 3 homers, and 34 runs batted in. Two and one. 47 pitches for Price, and still nobody out here in the third inning. And he lines that one to right field. It is a base hit. That'll go into the corner, and that will score a run. Jeter heads to second. He's there with an RBI double, and the Yankees are on the board. They lead 1-0.
Well, Price got something out over the plate. The captain was looking to hit the ball to the right side, usually does anyway. And this is the perfect pitch. About belt high, thigh high maybe, over the outside corner. Rips it into the right field corner. Torrey Hunter's going to have to run it down. The Yankees have a run, and Jeter has himself his 35th run batted into the season. And the Yankees have a 1-0 lead. Here's a good look at it. Fifth hit of the night for the Yankees off David Price.
Here's Martin Prado. He walked in the first inning. And a strike. So Price only gave up 1 hit his last time on the mound. That was against his former team, the Tampa Bay Rays. So far, 5 hits, and still nobody out here in the third. Fouled away.
The Yankees trying to build another run here, and Prado's job might be the same as Jeter's when Jeter was at the plate, trying to get the runner over. But Prado is in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes.
The 0-2. 1-2. One-two pitch to Prado. 2-2. Line drive, base hit to left field. Jeter can only advance to third. It's a single for Prado, and the Yankees have runners on the corners, nobody out.
You know, Michael, this game is becoming reminiscent of the game of April 17th when David Price lost to the Yankees. You can see that pitch hang up there right in the middle of the plate for Prado to jump on, and he doesn't miss it. April 17th at Tropicana Field, David Price gave up 10 hits to the Yankees in 5 innings. And it was a game that the Yankees eventually won by a score of 10-2. And I thought that of all the games David Price has ever pitched against the Yankees, that was the hardest they ever hit him.
First 3 hitters in the Yankee order, now 4 for 5 against David Price. Here's Mark Teixeira, struck out looking in the first. That pitch up and away.
And I'm going in back in my scorebook here for that game. And that was a game that was started by CC Sabathia. He was the winner. And that was a game in which the Yankees turned a triple play.
Driven out to right field, deep, giving chase is Hunter on the run, and it's a fair ball. It goes up against the wall. Jeter scores. Prado's going to stop at third. It's a double and a ribby for Teixeira, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
4 straight hits for the Yankees here in the third inning. Single, double, single, double. Give Teixeira his 55th run batted of the year. Don't see him hit the ball this way that often. Gets a pitch out over the plate, drives it towards right field. Well, Yankee Stadium, that would have been in the seats. But here in Detroit, it's a double, and the Yankees have a run. Head down, straight through, a little late, if you will, but just enough on time to keep the ball fair down the right field line.
One of those nights for Price where the Yankees really have to jump on him and cash in these opportunities before he finds it. You know, a pitcher like him, as Kenny said, he almost always gives you 7 innings. So he's going to work himself out of this, but the Yankees have to get runs now. And here's Beltran. Infield is back. A ground ball would make it 3-0. Fly ball right field. Hunter back, still back. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. Scoring is Prado. Teixeira will move to third. It's a long RBI single for Beltran, and the Yankees are teeing off on David Price. They lead 3-0.
Yeah, single, double, single, double, single now with Beltran with the ball off the wall. A good deke by Hunter in right field. Teixeira was tagging. He was going to go to third if the ball was caught. Another pitch that's kind of up in the zone. Driven well to right field by Beltran. Give him an RBI, and here's the deke in right field. 9-time Gold Glove winner out there in right in Hunter. And he knows all the tricks. Veteran outfielder. First of all, he holds Beltran to its single. Teixeira goes to third. But the Yankees are still in business here in the third inning.
McCann takes a strike.
Now Teixeira thinks his ball is going to be caught as Hunter goes back, and that's why he's tagging up and can go only as far as third base.
8 hits against Price. 5 this inning. Still nobody out, first and third. And there's some action in the Tigers bullpen. So a nice bounce back by the Yankees after yesterday scoring just 2 runs on the Ellsbury solo home runs. Line drive, that's another base hit for the Yankees. Teixeira scores. Beltran stops at second. It's an RBI single for McCann, and it's 4-0 Yankees on 6 straight hits against David Price.
Well, he mentioned it. He was touched up back on April the 17th. He gave up 10 hits in 5 innings. He's given up 6 in this inning. Another pitch that's somewhat up, about thigh to belt high, and that's where most of these pitches have been thrown by David Price, and the Yankees are teeing off. Teixeira scores. The Yankees have scored 4 runs. There's still nobody out.
Boy, does he like Price. 7 for 14, 3 of the 7 home runs. Pitch to Headley is low.
That is Blaine Hardy, another left-hander warming up in the Tiger bullpen.
Two and 0. Headley single to right center field, his first time up. Single by Ellsbury, stolen base. Double by Jeter, driving a run. Single by Prado. Double by Teixeira. Single by Beltran. Single by McCann. The 6 hits, a team high for most hits in an inning this year. They've gotten 5 hits in an inning 8 times this year.
Good swing by Headley. Another pitch that was up from David Price. And what I mean by up, he's not getting the ball down by the knees consistently tonight. Most of these pitches that the Yankees are hitting about belt high, and that's where they throw batting practice before the game, about belt high.
Grounded, a base hit through the left side of the infield. Beltran will stop at third. 7 straight hits against David Price.
10 in the game now for the Yankees.
Well, that's going to bring up Brett Gardner. Chop left side. It's going to be another base hit as a run scores. Yankees lead 5-0. 8 straight hits against David Price here in the third.
Well, Castellanos was in guarding against Gardner. Speed in case he hit a slow roller to the side of the bunt. You can see he's undercut out of the grass. That puts all kinds of pressure on the shortstop Suarez ball to his left, right, and he has no play. All he can do is field the ball and hold on to it. Another run scores.
Don't you think, Kenny, this has to be creeping up on some sort of record?
For this year, yeah.
Well, this year it definitely is.
Yeah.
But I would think consecutive hits in an inning. How many times does it happen? 8 in a row. I'm sure Elias will be on it, but it seems pretty improbable. Here is Francisco Cervelli.
How about from starting with the top of the order, too?
One and 0. $5-0 Yankees. He's thrown 22 pitches this inning, still no one out. There's a strike. The 1-1. Chop left side. A base hit for Cervelli. One more run scores. 9 hits in a row against David Price. And the Yankees lead 6-0. And the boos are raining down here at Comerica Park.
That's going to do it. This has been an unbelievable inning. Starting with the leadoff man, everybody has gotten a hit.
Wow, his first start as a 29-year-old. No birthday present here. David Price gets roughed up. 12 hits, 6 runs, and 3 runners on base. His responsibility. Tigers go to the bullpen. They bring in another lefty, Blaine Hardy. You see his numbers. The major league record for most hits, consecutive hits in an inning, is 12 by the St. Louis Cardinals in 1920 and by the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1930.
Well, Michael, I talk about everybody getting to the party, but not coming in one cab.
Amazing.
Yep.
In one inning, everybody got to the party.
Uh-huh.
Here's a guy who started it, Jacoby Ellsbury, with a single to right. Bases loaded for the Yankees. Are up 6-0. And I think making it even a little bit more impressive, you didn't do it against Joe Slobotnik. You did it against David Price. 9 straight hits off a former Cy Young Award winner.
Who does Joe pitch for?
I think he was pitching for the Tigers in David Price's uniform.
Wow.
Oh, 2. Ellsbury didn't like that call.
So Blaine Hardy trying to slow things down for the Yankees here in the 3rd inning. He's been up and down with the Tigers a couple of times this year. AAA club is in Toledo. Fly
ball, left field. J.D. Martinez will make the catch. Tagging is Headley. He'll score. Moving to third is Gardner. Cervelli goes to second, and the Yankees lead 7-0 on the sac fly by Ellsbury.
Heads up base running all around on the bases. First of all, with Gardner's speed, he had a chance to make the play. It wasn't a routine catch for J.D. Martinez. He has to range over towards the stands, reaches out, slows himself down. By the time he gets the ball back in, all three runners have moved up.
Second and third, one out, and the Tigers bring the infield in. Here's Derek Jeter. He doubled and drove in a run earlier in the inning. Count 1-0.
Well, we told you last night that Jeter was a .325 career hitter against the Tigers. He had 2 hits last night. That boosted it up to .326. But the best single season that Derek ever had against any team was against the Tigers back in 2000. In 44 plate appearances, he hit .548 against the Tigers that year. So that gave a boost to his, certainly gave a boost to his overall career average against the Detroit Tigers.
When the Tigers honored him before the game, they gave him a really beautiful trio of paintings. And it was a painting of Derek in high school in Kalamazoo, then a painting of Derek at Tiger Stadium, and then a painting of Derek here at Comerica Park. And underneath each of those individual paintings, there was a small amount of dirt from each of the infields of his high school, Tiger Stadium, and Comerica Park. And I'm sure that's something that will be a great keepsake for him.
Yeah, here it is. Really well done.
The 3-1. Lined into center field. Davis is there. Tagging is Gardner. He will score. It's a sac fly for Jeter. It's the 8th run for the Yankees in the inning, and that is a season high. They're up 8-0. Derek got a nice hand when he was introduced to the crowd. There's his high school coach, Don Zomer. There's his nephew, Jalen. Jabba and Phil Koch present him with a check for his foundation. 2 seats from the old Tiger Stadium. And then the beautiful painting that you just saw. And Omar Vizquel was amongst the photographers and taking pictures and actually taping the whole ceremony, which was really neat.
The presentation of the seats was done by Willie Horton, who works for the Tigers now, and Al Kaline, Hall of Famer, who also works for the Tigers.
And also 29 students from Kalamazoo Central High School, which is where Derek attended high school, and they're part of Jeter's Leaders and his Turn 2 Foundation. And he made sure to shake every single one of their hands before he started the ceremony. The 1-0.
Yeah, I noticed that right away. Nice touch.
Hardy checks the runner at second, and the 2-1. 3-1. Just the top of the 3rd inning here at Comerica, and the Yankees 8 and the Tigers nothing. Strike. Count 3-2 on Prado.
Even the outs have been productive this inning. 2 sacrifice flies for the Yankees. Looks like a fighter getting ready to start a fight. Standing in the corner for the opening bell. Trying to stay loose, but he'll take the 8 runs.
And the 3-2. Chop to third. Castellanos. The long throw. And the inning is finally over. But the Yankees get 8 runs on 9 straight hits against David Price. It's the old top 40 show right here. The hits just kept on coming. One after the other after the other. And the Yankees lead 8-0. Network your best fan photo using hashtag #GuestFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown during the game. Brought to you by AT&T. You know what's impressive about that inning, Kenny? And Joe Girardi said it yesterday. Okay, we lost a game. The 5-game winning streak is over, but now we have to win. And, you know, what the Yankees have done this year is they'll win a couple in a row and then lose a couple in a row and not really make any significant strides. So, okay, you can't win every single game. They lost yesterday against Rick Porcello, and I think it was important for them to win a game like this today against the David Price to show, okay, we're not going to slide back. And they answered with 9 straight hits against the Cy Young Award winner, and they have 8 runs. And let's see if Shane Green spent too much time on the bench, although he'll trade that time on the bench. The Audi A3 scoreboard, 8-0 Yanks.
Well, let's trade that April 17th game in which I said that was the hardest they've ever hit David Price. This is the hardest they've ever hit David Price. 8 earned runs, 12 hits.
The 0-1 to Suarez, grounded foul. Just missed inside. Count 1-2. That one is drilled to left field. That ball is foul. Right down the line and to the left of the 345 mark.
You can see the ball hooking, and it does not make the seats. The base of the wall, but in foul territory.
Swing and a tip into the glove of Cervelli, and that's the 4th strikeout for Shane Green.
Once again, the good slider from Green. You can see that break not only away but down as well, sharply down, and that will punch out many a right-handed hitter. 4 strikeouts now for Shane Green. Suarez starts the bat. That's the one he pulled. That's the one he pulled foul.
Pitch inside to Davis.
Another good slider. I think one key for Green now with a big lead, just to put that out of his mind, he's got to pitch like it's a 1 or 2-0 game. Just keep going with the game plan. He made some good pitches with the slider. Got Suarez, good pitch on the last one to Davis. Now he's got him in a 2-strike mode. Can he put him away?
Swing and a miss. He put him away. Strikeout number 5. He retired 5 of the last 6 Tigers on strikeouts. Hey, Sunday, September 7th, don't miss a very special day in the Bronx. It's a celebration of the captain as the Yankees honor Derek Jeter at the stadium before the game against the Royals. Then after the game on Yes, catch our tribute special, Derek Jeter, Salute to the Captain, with exclusive features and interviews. It's a can't-miss celebration next Sunday, September 7th, right here on Yes, your home for Yankees baseball. Blanket coverage of Derek Jeter Day on Yes. Here's Ian Kinsler, and Kinsler lofts a fly ball to left field, and putting it away is Gardner, and the long layoff did not bother Shane Green at all as he retires the Tigers in order 1-2-3. In fact, he's retired 9 in a row after walking Kinsler to start off the first. 866-NY Quits for free help today. The Tigers' current starting rotation features 3 former Cy Young Award winners, which 3 former Cy Young winners pitched in the same Yankees rotation. We'll find that out in the bottom of the inning. Yankees will miss Justin Verlander. He was originally scheduled to start tomorrow. They moved him to Friday. And they, as Kenny mentioned, they will face Lobstein tomorrow. We go to the 4th inning. The Yankees lead 8-0. Here's Mark Teixeira against Blaine Hardy, who bailed out David Price. No, now they brought in Phil Koch for Blaine Hardy. Hardy bailed out Price, and now Koch takes over here in the 4th.
Former Yankee Phil Koch.
One.
Koch was part of the deal back in 2009. It sent Curtis Granderson to the Yankees.
That one is drilled to left field. Fair ball. It's gone. It's a foul ball. Lincoln scoreboard 8-0 Yankees, the middle game of this 3-game set. Koch was part of the Jeter pregame ceremonies. He and Jabba Chamberlain, being former teammates of Derek, were the ones that presented him with the $5,000 check for the Turn 2 Foundation. Two. Grounded to short. Suarez. 1 out here in the 4th.
Tigers expecting big things from Suarez and getting a chance to play. Remember, going back to the beginning of the year, the shortstop was supposed to be Jose Iglesias, but he came up with knee problems, shin splints in both shins. He was out for the entire season. So that opened the door for others to play shortstop for the Tigers this year.
Here's Carlos Beltran. Beltran with an RBI single in that 8-run 3rd inning.
Talking about Iglesias' injury, the Tigers are also thinking about signing Stephen Drew, but they didn't do it. Eventually, Drew went to the Red Sox and then was traded to the Yankees.
Strike. So the Tigers are going to have to get 7 innings out of their bullpen tonight, because David Price lasted just 7 or 2 innings plus.
And you got a quick turnaround day game tomorrow. And you got a rookie making his first major league start against the Yankees.
Grounded to Suarez. Gets another nice hop with the 2nd out. Sellout crowd here at Comerica, but that third inning really took the starch out of the crowd. Very quiet. You're almost shocked when a guy like David Price gets hit like that.
Well, you can see all around the outfield, beyond the outfield wall, standing room. Very pleasant night here in Detroit. We had just over 40,000 last night. About the same here tonight.
Brian McCann was 2 for 2 against David Price. He's sorry to see him go. 3 home runs against Price this year.
In the second part of our open, when Brian was talking to Meredith, it was almost as if he was apologetic for his good hitting against David Price. Like he didn't want to antagonize. In case Price ever saw this video, he didn't want to antagonize him. And then he goes out and gets 2 more hits.
You know, I was watching that, Kenny, and all I could think of is I used to do Meredith's job for MSG. If I would have asked Paul O'Neill a question like that,
gotcha,
he would have strangled me. If you asked him why he was doing well against somebody, if you had him analyze it, he would get very, very angry. He would not want to talk about it at all.
So you learned not to ask him questions?
No, I still asked him to annoy him, but he just didn't answer.
I can't see anybody. Meredith could hurt somebody. You know? Well, she would go back at them.
I think so.
I think so too.
But also, Brian McCann's not like Paul O'Neill in that sense.
Well,
in a lot of senses. Yeah, Paul was great to talk to if he was struggling. But if he was doing well, the last thing you want to do is break it down for you, make him think too much. The 2-2.
It's almost like you were jinxing him. Maybe he thought that.
Well, that I can't help him with, but I know he did not like to overanalyze things.
Okay. Now he gets paid to do that.
Yes. (3-2). Foul back.
I think McCann was very diplomatic, to say the least.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 2-1. That's at Rogers Center. Texas has already beaten Seattle. Strike 3, McCann down looking in a 1-2-3 inning for Phil Koch as the Yankees go down in order. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, 8-0 Bombers. Line quiz. The Tigers' current starting rotation features 3 former Cy Young Award winners. Which 3 former Cy Young winners pitched in the same Yankees rotation? We will find out right now. Roger Clemens, David Cone, and Dwight Gooden, all in 2000. Good question. All right, Shane Green has an 8-0 lead. He'll face Hunter, Cabrera, and Victor Martinez, 2, 3, and 4 in the Tigers' order. Lincoln scoreboard 8-12-0, and zeros across for the Tigers. One and 0. Yankees liked what they saw of Shane Green in spring training, and they kept him around a while. I mean, he wasn't one of the first cuts. They kept him there. They considered him as a reliever, and they said, you know what, maybe send him down for a little more seasoning. And then when they sent him down, they said, let's make him a starter, stretch him out. And first time he got called up, he wasn't used much, kind of was overwhelmed, and then came back. And Kenny, it really seemed like he's belonged.
Yeah, I was talking to Yankee assistant general manager Billy Epler before the game. His ball was grounded foul by Torrey Hunter. And the same note I made in the scouting report about him making progress, about how he's pitching better in the major leagues than he did at the minors. His ERA in the minors was about 4.5, 4.6. You know, here in the big leagues, his ERA is 3.17. So he's been doing much better at the big league level, and they say his secondary pitches have improved, which means his slider, he's putting it in better spots. We've seen it tonight. He's had 5 strikeouts, and it's been primarily the slider, down and away. So he's pitching like a pitcher who does not want to go back to the minor leagues.
Ground ball up the middle, and that's the Tigers' first base hit of the night.
And that brings out somewhat of a cheer from the crowd. Of course, primarily Tiger fans. They haven't had much to cheer for tonight. Solid smash through the middle for the veteran Torrey Hunter. Another look, pitches in the middle of the plate, and that's what veteran hitters can do.
Here's Miguel Cabrera, and there's a strike. Let's take a look at the Honda League leaders, and we look at the AL RBI leaders. Jose Abreu was first with 94, then Ortiz 93, Trout 92, Miguel Cabrera has 89, Nelson Cruz 88. Line to left field. It is a base hit for Cabrera. That's going to go to the wall. Played out there by Gardner. Hunter is rounding third. They're going to send him home, and he will make it without a throw. So another ribby for Cabrera. The first run for the Tigers. They're on the board. Yankees lead 8-1.
When Gardner went to pick this ball up off the wall in left field, the ball took an erratic hop and headed for the corner. That is Cabrera's league-leading 42nd double. As watch Brett Gardner, he approaches this ball in left field. The ball's going to hit and then take off in the other direction. He has to run it down. That enabled Hunter to score all the way from first base with the first Tiger run.
So here's Victor Martinez with a runner on second. Nub foul. Dave Clark, the third base coach for the Tigers, paying no attention to the defined coaches box. I don't even know why they have coaches boxes drawn on the field. Not even close.
I'll tell you what, Omar Vizquel over at first isn't doing much better. Look where he is. Still remains a very dangerous Tiger team as far as the bat's concerned. We told you last night, overall the best team batting average in the American League. They can hit.
The 0-2. Ground ball to Prado in short right field. He'll get Victor Martinez. Moving to third is Cabrera. Well, the Yankees had 9 straight hits in the third inning against David Price, and we were wondering if that was a record. And Elias, that provides all of our great stats that we have, actually wanted to clarify something. The 12 straight hits for the Cardinals and the Dodgers that we talked about in 1920 and 1930, that was over 2 innings. Each of those two teams had 10 straight hits in 1 inning. Got runners thrown out on the bases for the outs, and then 2 straight hits the following inning. The record for most hits in 1 inning, the Colorado Rockies, 11 in a row in 2010. So the Yankees fell 2 short of the all-time record set by the Colorado Rockies in 2010. I believe that was against the Cubs.
11 straight hits.
Well, the Yankees had 9 straight and then 2 sac flies. Here's J.D. Martinez. Infield is back. Cabrera is at third with 1 out. 8-1 Yankees lead, bottom of the 4th. Oh, and 1. Count 1-1.
Well, this is the most runs that Shane Green has ever gotten in support in any one of his starts. The previous high was on August 2nd at Boston. The Yankees scored 6 and won the game, but Green got a no decision because he only lasted 4 2/3.
Grounded to third. Cabrera stays put. Headley fields, fires low, and picked by Teixeira for the second out. Headley's given Teixeira a workout over the last 2 games.
Well, he's having him prove that he is a Gold Glover on the other side, and that's at least 3 we've seen in the last 2 nights that Teixeira's had to pick out of the dirt. That was the easiest of the 3.
Here's Nick Castellanos against Shane Green. 8-1 Yankees lead. 12 hits for the Yanks. 2 for the Tigers, both in this inning for the Tigers. Fastball's inside. Castellanos was close to the major leagues, and the Tigers knew that. They knew he was a third baseman, and his availability allowed them to trade Prince Fielder. because they felt, okay, we trade fielder, we'll move Cabrera over to first, which will be easier on his legs. And then Castellano takes over at third, and that turned out to be a great trade for the Tigers. They freed up a lot of salary. They got Ian Kinsler, who's done a great job at second base. Cabrera has filled in nicely at first, and Castellanos having a nice first season at third base. 2-1.
Yeah, former #1 draft pick back in 2010. Speaking of Castellanos, out of Archbishop McCarthy High School in Southwest Ranches, Florida. And one reason why they thought he was ready, Michael, he had a good year in AAA at Toledo a year ago. He led the International League in runs scored and doubles. Showed some power. I think the Tigers would like him to work on defense a little bit more. You see him going through drills before the games here.
Grounded to Headley. Let's see this throw. It's true. Right there to the chest. Teixeira points at him as they get the final out. Tigers get a run on 2 hits and 1 man left. Let's go to the 5th. 8-1 Yanks. A little bit later on, right here we go to the 5th inning, and the Yankees lead the Tigers 8-1 as they try to even up this series at a game apiece and turn tomorrow's matinee into the rubber game. It'll be the bottom third of the order against Phil Koch in his 2nd inning of work. He retired the Yankees in order in the 4th. David Price started, went 2, and in the 3rd gave up 9 straight hits. Then Blaine Hardy came on to get the final 3 outs. And then it was Phil Koch. (0-1) As the inning came to a close, some smiles between Headley and Teixeira.
Way to elevate. You see that?
Tigers had to be upset yesterday, Kenny. They win the game against the Yankees, and they figure they'll creep closer to the Royals, and a 2-run walk-off home run by Alex Gordon against Glenn Perkins of the Twins and The Royals pull victory from the jaws of defeat and win 2-1.
Yeah, Perkins, one of the league leaders in saves in the American League.
And an all-star.
Yes, he is. Well, he threw a pitch that another all-star, Alex Gordon, jumped on.
Tampa Bay leads Baltimore 3-1. That's in the bottom of the fifth inning. Boston 2-1 over Toronto, bottom of the seventh. Lined into center field. Davis is there. That ball stayed up there. It was hit so hard. One away. And that'll bring up Brett Gardner. Gardner's 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice, and then an RBI single in that 8-run third. There's a strike.
And there's that Gardner. Brett usually doesn't wear one of those, and it does take some getting used to. Now, my problem with it is how well is that mounted on his leg in case he has to run out a triple. You don't want that thing to start flapping around. But as for now, it's a necessity after fouling a ball off his ankle and missing a few games.
That one's lined to right field. Coming on is Hunter and makes the play for the second out.
Veteran outfielder got a nice jump on that one. It hung up just long enough. But 2 hard hit balls for the Yankees in this inning. First head lead. Now Gardner. Not enough overspin to get that thing to sink before Hunter could get to it.
Here's Francisco Cervelli. His single to left to drive in a run in the third knocked David Price out of the game. That was the 9th of the 9 straight hits.
Let me ask you something, Michael. Whenever you get 9 straight hits in the third inning, at what point in the inning did you think this can't keep going?
Probably at McCann.
Okay, that was number 6.
Yeah.
Headley had different ideas.
And then Gardner had different ideas.
And then Cervelli.
All had different ideas. Grounded to short, backhanded by Suarez, sets. And they get Cervelli for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through. Yankees lead this one 8-1. My Sleepies, forget the amateurs. Trust Sleepies, the only mattress professionals. By your Tri-State BMW centers and by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. The baseball Ferris wheel here at Comerica Park. Big attraction for the kids that come to the game. Right now, the baseball's not a big attraction for Tiger fans as they're down 8-1, bottom of the 5th inning.
I think there's 9 of those on there for each one. One for each Yankee hit in the 3rd.
Bottom 3rd of the order for the Tigers, starting with Alex Avila. And he serves that one to left field. Gardner will play it on a hop, a leadoff single with a Tiger catcher. Well, the big story in this game has been the 9 straight hits for the Yankees in the 3rd. So it missed the Major League record by 2 hits and was 1 short, Kenny, of the American League record. Most recently, 10 straight hits by the Blue Jays in 1 inning, and that was in 1992. Here's Suarez. And there's a strike.
Patrick McCoy, a left-hander. He seems to be ready. Just standing around out there in the bullpen.
Shane Green looking to pick up his 4th win. He's 3-1. Came into the game with a 3.17 ERA. Fly ball left field. Gardner will retire Suarez, 1 down. Remind everybody, tomorrow on Yes, the Yankees look to beat the Tigers in an afternoon series finale here at Comerica Park. Our coverage will start at 12:30 with a Tri-State Ford pregame. Then we're back with the call right around 1:10 only on Yes, and this will be Derek Jeter's final regular season game in Detroit as his farewell tour continues. They might meet again in the postseason. You never know. Davis takes a strike. Talking to Jabba today, and he said, I can't believe that Thursday is probably going to be the last time I ever see Derek Jeter take the field live. He said, I just can't believe it. He said, I've grown up watching it.
Ooh, that got Cervelli. Oh. This guy has had enough injuries to last a lifetime.
Mark Littlefield out there, and Joe Girardi, who knows the feeling, leaning over.
Did he take that on the collarbone? Of course, the collarbone is protected by the chest protector, but let's see.
No, not the collarbone.
Not the collarbone, nope. He's going to have to catch his breath here.
Remember, the Yankees' other catcher is the DH tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
Want to remind everybody to come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, September 5th, when the Yankees take on the KC Royals. The first 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Yankees t-shirt courtesy of Sato. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. So Cervelli now walking slowly out to the mound just to give himself more time. And that is a man in pain. Now he's joking with Davis, who caused him such pain. And he swings and misses at that slider. 2 away.
Man, that's a nasty pitch. Yeah, we get to look at it again. It's going to go. Whoop, see you later. And the same can be said to Rajai Davis as he heads back to the dugout. Second time he has struck out. Second time on the slider.
Pitch to Ian Kinsler inside.
A couple of starts ago, Shane Green's career high in strikeouts, 10 in 6 innings at Tropicana Field. Yankees won that game 3-2. No decision for Shane Green. So tonight he has 6 through 5 2/3 innings. 4 2/3 innings.
Pitch count in good shape at 64. Two and one on Kinsler. Kinsler walked in the first and then a fly ball left in third.
Kinsler went 0 for 4 last night, but he had one of the better defensive games we've seen from a second baseman this year. With Rick Porcello, the noted sinker baller on the mound, a lot of those ground balls were hit in the direction of Kinsler, and he made some plays. He made one outstanding play against Ichiro in the 7th inning.
Could not hold up the count 3-2. They are not really seeing that pitch out of his hand. Continue to wade through it.
Another look. That's good hard sinker. Bob Davidson said he went around.
Well, Avila will go from first. Teixeira plays behind him. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, 8-1 Yanks. Swing and a miss. There's that pitch. 7 strikeouts for Shane Green. Coming up in the 6th, Jacoby Ellsbury. He has been red hot of late. 2 more hits tonight and a sac fly as well. What does he do in the 6th? Come on. You got to stick around to find out. Tigers 8-1. And they did some damage to David Price. And you watch some of the damage in Yesmo. Brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. We go to the 6th inning. Yankees are up by 7. 8-1. In the dugout, Joe Girardi making some small talk with Francisco Cervelli. Been there, done that. Know exactly how you feel. Not me, Joe Girardi. Jacoby Ellsbury leads off against the new pitcher, Patrick McCoy. And there's the strike.
So McCoy becomes the 4th Tiger pitcher of the night. How about that? All 4 of them left-handers. And McCoy's been up and down Toledo a few times on our Benjamin Moore scoreboard. 8-1 Yankees. They got all 8 runs in the 3rd inning.
Hit hard, but right at Hunter.
Well,
One down.
Even Ellsbury's outs are loud.
That's going to bring up Derek Jeter. Derek struck out looking in the 1st inning. And then in the 3rd, he doubled to right field to drive in a run. And then later on in the inning, a sac fly to center to drive in another run. Grounded to short. Suarez. High throw, but Cabrera goes up to get it. 2 outs. So 11 Yankees in a row retired after their 9 straight hits.
It's almost as if they're catching their breath.
And there's a strike. And there's a base hit for Martin Prado.
Yeah, Prado had a 4-game hitting streak broken last night, but he's got 2 more tonight to start another streak. And we told you, or we showed you a graphic earlier, how well he's hit against left-handed pitching. 351 this year, and he's got 2 more hits against lefties tonight.
There's Mark Teixeira. And there's a strike. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Two and one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. Foul back here. Out of play.
If this game holds to form, it'd be another night of rest for the primary relievers in Joe Girardi's bullpen going in tomorrow's afternoon game, which should certainly be a bonus in case they're needed.
Strike 3. Teixeira down looking. In the 6th, no runs a hit, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-1 Yankees on yes. Ice bucket challenge, and here it comes. Not only did he take part in the challenge, but then the Yankees stepped up big time. The organization then donated $100,000 to the ALS Foundation. Outstanding. So Joe gets all wet, and the ALS cause gets $100,000 from the Yankees. So good stuff, and that Ice Bucket Challenge has really, really brought awareness to this insidious disease.
Yes, and not only awareness, but I think, what, $41 million or so have been raised?
Now, Joe then challenged Joe Torre, Tino Martinez, Goose Gossage, and Paul O'Neill. And Torre has done it. Tino's done it. O'Neill's done it. I'm not sure about Gossage. Now, Meredith just shows me, Kenny, that the total for the ALS Association, $94.3 million.
Going through the roof.
Benjamin Moore scoreboard, 8-1 Yankees. Now, Kenny and I have done the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah, I did.
And we're still waiting on Meredith, who claims that getting hit by Brett Gardner's Gatorade showers count toward that.
Well, she's had a lot of success of avoiding the Gatorade showers. He's pretty good at it.
I think we can all agree I lead the league in ice bucket challenges this year.
But not directly over your blonde head.
No direct hits.
No direct hits.
I beg to differ. We got to look at that tape.
All right.
I think I'm covered here.
High fly ball. Left center. Gardner's there to make the play and retire Hunter. And the reason that Joe picked Torrey, Tino, Gossage, and O'Neill is those are the guys that got plaques this year. Here's Miguel Cabrera in an RBI double in the fourth inning. That's the only run for the Tigers tonight. Yankees 8 runs on 13 hits, and the Tigers 1 run on 3 hits.
Now, normally Shane Green seems to be a cool customer on the mat. Doesn't show much emotion. I wonder how much that 8-run inning made him relax even more. Hard to see his eyes under that pulled down visor of the cap. And some pitchers will tell you they pull the visor down just so they can see the glove of the catcher, and that's it. They can focus in on the target a little bit better.
Grounded to Jeter for the second out.
Well, Cabrera's having a tough time running on that ankle, and as you can see him coming back to the dugout, it's the right ankle that's been bothering him. He hasn't hit much power. He's been hitting, but he hasn't hit for much power lately, and you have to wow. That's almost painful to watch, him trying to get down to first base. Now, last year, he had to have surgery at the end of the season. I think it was hernia surgery. So he played with an injury towards the end of last year, and he's playing with another injury that's primarily bothered him all season long this year.
Here's Victor Martinez, struck out and grounded to second against Shane Green. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And that one is skied foul. That one is driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. A home run for Victor Martinez. Yankees lead is now 8-2. That is a new career high for Victor Martinez. 26 home runs in a season and still has over a month left to play.
Been a good hitter for a long time, but this is one of his best seasons. Now has 85 runs batted in. And no doubter. Right in the middle of the plate. He knew it as soon as he touched it off. So did Shane Green and everybody in the ballpark. And those of you watching on Yes.
There's a base hit to right field by J.D. Martinez.
Victor Martinez is a switch hitter. He's hitting well over 300 from both sides of the plate. And if you get one in the wrong spot, he can hit it a long, long way.
That'll bring up Nick Castellanos. He's grounded to short and grounded to third. 8-2, Yankees lead. Grounded in the hole. Backhanded by Jeter. Goes the short way. They get the force, and that will do it. But the Tigers get a run on the home run by Victor Martinez. 1 run on 2 hits. 1 man left. We go to the 7th. Yankees up 8-2. Network using hashtag YesFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. And this picture was sent to us by Maureen Malone 7. Cute little Yankee fan. So we thank Maureen Malone 7 for the picture. Here's Carlos Beltran. Cadillac scoreboard 8-2 Yankees. Now, Carlos Beltran got hit with a Gatorade shower earlier in the year. This was in June. And we want you to see video of it because Meredith said that that should count toward the Ice Bucket Challenge. I disagree. Now, yeah, she got hit with it, but it wasn't directly over your head, Meredith.
Now, Michael, if you add that to the 2 or 3 thereafter that I also got hit with, I think collectively, I think that should count, but collectively, that's way more than you got hit with.
No,
your bucket was not very big.
My bucket was just big enough.
Here's my point. At that point that happened back in June, the Ice Bucket Challenge was not enforced.
Excellent point, Kenny. Excellent point.
What about the one that happened right before I left and I had to get my dress dried before I got on the plane to Kansas City?
Meredith, if you'd rather donate the money, that's part of the Ice Bucket Challenge, and that's fine, but you have not completed the challenge. Now, here's the one. It's not direct hit.
Oh my God.
It's not a direct hit. That is not voluntary. You're moving away.
Well, they need to try a little harder next time. All right? Mission almost complete.
You're getting good at avoiding it, though. I will say that.
Well, Kenny, that was actually the second bucket that day. The second one gets you every time.
Oh, okay.
Did not see that one coming.
All right.
Well, you're not going to be able to complete the mission on this road trip because there's no walk-off wins on a road trip. There's no bottom of the ninth inning for the Yankees.
Michael, when there's a will, there's a way.
All right.
Maybe I'll try to make it happen. I could use the same coffee cup that you used.
You know what? If you want to roll in my ice bucket challenge, that was a big bucket. It was not small. I'm sorry. Ground ball grabbed there by Kinsler as McCann is down. Meredith, will see you on the post game. Thanks a lot. Still have 2 innings to do it. Here's Chase Headley. Now, if you want to see a real performance in the Ice Bucket Challenge, what you have to do is you have to Google Jennifer Steinbrenner Swindle. She really did a great job with that. And Tino and a friend actually dumped a huge bucket of ice water over her head. And then the Steinbrenner family followed up Joe's Ice Bucket Challenge, as we mentioned, with a $100,000 donation. Grounded foul.
Headley's already had a good night with the 2 hits. 1 hit's, what did I say? 1 hit's okay, 2 is good, 3 is very good, 4 is excellent. So he's going for a very good night.
And with the Yankees, he has his average up to 250 now, with the 2 hits and 3 at bats. And the count 3-2 from McCoy. Toronto has taken the lead on Boston, now 5-2, top of the 9th inning. White Sox lead Cleveland 2-1, bottom of the 5th. We already told you that Seattle got pounded by Texas this afternoon at Safeco Field. So if this score holds up, the Yankees gain ground, a full game on both teams in front of them. 3-2. And a walk to Headley.
That is, well, the second Yankee to reach against the Tiger relievers tonight. Prado had a base hit in the 6th inning off McCoy. That Joe Nathan out there?
I don't think he's going to work today unless they rally. The 0-1, 0-2. We're in the 7th inning. Yankees scored all 8 of their runs in the 3rd inning. 9 straight hits against David Price, knocking him from the game. 1 hit short of tying the American League record for consecutive hits in 1 inning. Grounded softly to second. Kinsler will get Gardner, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. The end of 6.5. Time for the 7th inning stretch. really hard to believe. It's time for the game summary, brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. 8 runs on 13 hits for the Yanks, 2-5-0 for the Tigers. Yankees had the 9 consecutive hits in the third. Shane Green, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts. And David Price lasted into the third inning, didn't get it out in that third inning. 12 hits against David Price. His previous start, he gave up 1 hit, 8 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Wow. Ichiro Suzuki takes over in right field. You know, we were giving you scores. Tampa Bay leads Baltimore 3-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning. So if that score holds up and this score holds up, and the Yankees have whittled it down to 6 again for the AL East lead. Now, that's going to take quite a run, but remember, the Yankees do have 8 games remaining with Baltimore. And as Derek Jeter said last week, as long as we have more games remaining, with the team in front of us than they are ahead of us, then we kind of control things. Cadillac scoreboard 8-2. Yankees lead. Count 2-0. A lot of excitement here in Detroit that they have decided, Mike Ilitch, the owner of the Tigers and also of the Red Wings, they're going to build a beautiful arena right across the highway from Comerica Park where the Red Wings are going to play. And there's also a chance that the Pistons might move into that arena. And they are really doing a lot of work on downtown Detroit. And Mike Ilitch, the owner of the Tigers, has had a big, big hand in what they hope is a revitalization of this city. I mean, he could have moved this team to the suburbs when they built the stadium. He chose not to. He built it right in downtown Detroit, as that one is booted, and Avila will reach on the E4 on Prado. And in this ballpark, there's going to be a finale of this 3-game set. Tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Verizon Fios, making life more entertaining with America's fastest, most reliable internet. That's powerful. Hiroki Kuroda will go for the Yankees against the rookie Kyle Lobstein. For the Tigers, our coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. on Yes. First pitch will be 1:10. Here is Suarez. You know, they built this ballpark, Kenny, then right beyond left field, the Lions built Ford Field. So the Lions moved back into the city. The Tigers stayed in the city, and now the Red Wings will be right here as part of a sports complex as well. And Detroit is on the rise again. Dan Gilbert, who's from Detroit and owns Quicken Loans and owns the Cavaliers as well, he's moved most of his operation here, so there's more activity in the downtown area, and that's good for this city.
They're actually filming a movie in Detroit right now. Something you might watch out for, all you Batman and Superman fans. Batman against Superman. They're actually going against each other in this movie.
What is it going to be, like a 30-second short? Superman has all the powers Batman doesn't. How does he not win? He flies, he has superhuman strength. Yeah. Batman's just a man.
He can see through walls.
Yeah. I'll have to see it.
Let me know how it goes.
I think you'll see it too. High fly ball, left field. Ellsbury will make the catch to retire Suarez. Well, there's a couple of photos from the Batman versus Superman movie. Batman, the Gotham taxi cab. And the Gotham City Police Department. Did you snap these pictures, Kenny?
No. There was a young man came in the booth today, and Angela had him send them to me, and then I sent him downstairs to the truck, and the guys in the truck converted them so everybody could see what's going on here in Detroit. Filming a movie, Batman against Superman. and it'll be out in 2016. So we got a few years to think it over. Oh, look out.
Davis gets plunked. You don't want to celebrate any victory just yet. It's 8-2, and you've got guys that can hit the ball out of the park coming up, and there are 2 runners on. So Shane Green has to bear down right here, and Francisco Cervelli's going to go out and talk to him.
We got some stirring in the Yankee bullpen. This might be an indication. What, 92 pitches now for Shane Green? As Rajai Davis, there's a reason why he wears that pad. He took it right off the elbow.
Here's Ian Kinsler, 0 for 2 with a walk. Avila is at second, Davis at first. 1 man out, bottom of the 7th. And a strike from Green. And again, Dave Clark, the third base coach, is closer to the Tiger dugout than he is the coach's box. You know, if you look at the rule book, Kenny, they can enforce that he has to be in that box. And because forget about, you know, he's getting a better angle. He can also get signs that he's not supposed to see if he's not in the box.
Yeah, that's the reason why the box is there. They don't want the coaches to sneak down the line, look at the catcher signs, and try and figure them out and relay them to the hitters. But his main job right now is to make sure that Avila doesn't get picked off of second base. And the Yankees, of course, said, you know, they've got a decent lead, so they're just playing back and double play depth. They're not worried about Avila trying to advance on the stolen base. And in fact, when you have a lead like this, you don't pinch quite as close to second. You move back a little bit to make sure of 1 out. If you get a ground ball that's close to being a base hit, it gives you a little more range laterally. And if you get 1 out, that's good. Right now, the Yankees are in the mode of taking the outs off the board. We're getting into the latter stages of the game. If you have to do it 1 at a time, you'll do it.
Grounded softly to Jeter. He takes the out at first. Runners move up. So Avila is at third, Davis at second. He made you laugh on Third Rock from the Sun and made you cringe on Dexter. Now Friday on Yes, award-winning actor and entertainer John Lithgow sits down with me for a new GMC Presents Center Stage to discuss his successful career and his new film. Don't miss the premiere of Center Stage, John Lithgow, Friday at 11, only on Yes. Good guy. I think you'll like that show. Count 1-0 on Torrey Hunter. Crowd making their first noise in a while. The 1-0 popped up. And that'll be out of play as Teixeira gives it a look.
Torrey Hunter spun out some on that swing. He was thinking faraway places. Trying to load up, get the foot down quick. And the follow through.
His high for the year is 113 pitches. He's at 100 right now. The average is 98. Second and third, 2 outs.
Yeah, if you look at Joe Girardi, he's on the dugout step, so you got to figure this is going to be Green's last man one way or the other.
1-2 to Hunter. Swing and a miss. He got him. Tipped it into the glove of Cervelli, and a big strikeout for the rookie right-hander. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. 7 in the books. Yankees 8, Tigers 2. For the WB Mason postgame, Bob and Jack are back in the studio with an analysis of today's game and highlights from around baseball. Plus, Meredith Marakovitz gets the clubhouse reaction. It's all coming up on the WB Mason Yankees postgame only on Yes. Shane Green, 7 strong for the Yankees. He worked well with the lead. Davis leaves the game. Ezekiel Carrera takes over in center field. And Jim Johnson takes over for the Tigers. Tigers taking a chance on a guy that has saved as many as 50 games, but the Oakland A's just let him go. He was so bad. Orioles shocked a lot of people by trading him during the offseason. But now it looks like the right move. By the way, the Orioles did lose that game to Tampa Bay 3-1, so the Yankees could close to within 6 games. Another sellout here for the Tigers, 40,876. And they have been packing them in here at Comerica. The Hyundai scoreboard, Yankees 8 and the Tigers 2.
Yeah, Baltimore traded Jim Johnson, as Michael said. They felt that he was going to earn too much money in arbitration. So they traded him to Oakland. Oakland was thinking that he'd become the closer. They would replace Grant Balfour, who went to Tampa Bay. But Johnson struggled almost right from the get-go in Oakland. And fell out of favor with the fans and eventually the front office. And they just let him go.
Well, the Tigers have always been somewhat bedeviled by their closing situation. Thrill a minute with Valverde. And a lot of people think that's why they haven't won a World Series. They've had a good enough team, but they just can't work games toward the end and bring in a lights-out closer. And Peter Gammons was reporting that they actually put in a claim for Chad Qualls, the closer for the Astros, but they have to work out a deal with Houston. I don't think Houston's just going to give him away.
No.
Cervelli moves out of the way, 2-2.
Yeah, we've got to remember Johnson had back-to-back 50 save seasons for the Baltimore Orioles, but in the second season, we watch this one come a little high, a little tight to Cervelli.
Not as tight as the maneuver.
No. And but Johnson also led the league in blown saves, and that's, you know, put a certain amount of angst in a ball game towards the end, as Cervelli says that he's heading back to the dugout after striking out. Went around too far. And here's the pitch. Yeah, he did go around. You know, and now he's. You know, he should be in the movie that they're filming here. That's a good acting job.
Now, is Robin in this movie?
You know why? That's why I'm thinking Batman might have a chance.
Well, a lot of people on Twitter have just also pointed out something that I should have, you know, put into my evaluation. Batman is a genius at weapons, and he could just make kryptonite bullets. And that's the one thing that gets Superman.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder what got them ticked off at each other. Very strange. You piqued my interest, Kenny.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to wait to 2016 to find out.
I'm gonna have to hold my breath. One count on Ellsbury. Ellsbury, 2 more hits tonight, 2 more stolen bases, a run scored, a ribby. Nice full night for Jacoby Ellsbury. His average up to 286. So this hot streak has taken him up 16 points again. He was at 270 when he started raking. So he's at 286 right now. 13 homers, 61 ribbies. 2-1. Chop to Kinsler. He gets a nice hop. 2 outs. Aaron Boone's game-winning home run in the 2003 ALCS has become one of the most iconic moments in Yankees history. Next Wednesday, get the inside story of this epic game on Yankeeography Moments of Glory with all new interviews and eyewitness accounts. Relive all the drama next Wednesday at 11, only on Yes. Here's Derek Jeter. Derek 1 for 3 tonight. 2 ribbies and a run scored. Had a double in that 8-run third. There's a strike from Johnson.
Johnson, at one time with Baltimore, he had such a variety of pitchers. They were thinking about making him a starting pitcher when they were looking for starters. But they decided to leave him in the bullpen. He's got a curveball, good changeup, sinking fastball. But all of a sudden, it's almost as if he lost confidence, Michael. And when a closer loses confidence and the game is teetering in the balance and things don't go right, all of a sudden the whole team is on edge when he comes in the game. They don't have that confidence that Yankee fans had for years with Mariano Rivera. You know, fans at the stadium when Mariano came in the game and Enter Sandman began to play, they started looking for the car keys. Pretty soon we're headed home.
It made life a lot easier for the two Joes, Torrey and Girardi. 3-1. And Jeter works a walk. Oh, look, an insect has landed on the bill of Jim Johnson's hat. That is a very good seat that he did not pay for. He will not leave either. The antenna's up, looking like he's trying to get satellite TV. There's a strike. Now, did it stay through the follow-through? That's what I want to know. There he is.
Can you identify that type of insect, Mike?
No.
No?
Line drive. Oh, what a play by Suarez, taking a hit away from Prado. An outstanding play going up and then coming down with the line drive to end the inning. No runs, no hits. One man left. We go to the bottom of the eighth. 8-2 Yanks. Magazine and get a behind-the-scenes look at Joe Torre Day from this past weekend at the stadium. Plus, a sit-down interview with starter Shane Green. Catch Yankees Magazine tonight after the postgame, only on Yes. Well, Shane Green's night is over, as the Yankees will go to Adam Warren, and the night for the Bug is also over. But he did not go easily, because Jim Johnson gets into the dugout, meets up with Jeff Jones, the pitching coach, and then Jones says, "Come on, get this out of here." So the little bug survived the entire inning, and then the pitching coach swats it away. Cabrera leads off against Warren. The pitch inside, 1-0. Stephen Drew takes over for Jeter at short. What that little bug went through, Kenny, It's almost like somebody crossing the 6 lanes of the FDR Drive and making it, and then getting run over in his driveway.
That's certainly a place I don't want to go.
The 2-0.
Although it was kind of neat a few years back. I don't know if you remember this, Michael. On July 4th in the city, they shut down the FDR.
Yeah, for the fireworks.
And I had my family with me in New York at that time, and walking on the FDR, and I said, this is one of the busiest roads in the world, and we're walking on it. There's no cars. And as somebody who grew up in New York, I had never seen the FDR without a car on.
You've seen it without cars moving.
Yeah, plenty of times.
Hyundai scoreboard 8-2. Yankees lead the Tigers. Two-two. High pop-up. Prado back. 1 out.
And speaking of the cars not moving, you ever hear the traffic updates on the radio in New York?
Sure.
Sometimes those people go without taking a breath for 5 minutes.
A lot of roads.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of things not moving, a lot of traffic not moving.
Yeah. But Kenny, you've been in London, right?
No.
You have never. All right. So I visited London during the All-Star break this year.
Yeah.
London traffic makes New York seem like the Autobahn.
Really?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Pitch is low to Victor Martinez.
Now, you riding in a cab or rented a car? Or riding in a cab?
Yes. And the cab drivers have to take a 3-year course to get a license to be a cab driver. An extensive exam taken over 3 years.
Is part of that courtesy?
Well, they're very courteous.
It's like New York cab drivers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That car's not moving. Count 3-0 to Victor Martinez.
So you're saying that was the only thing you didn't enjoy on your trip?
Well, I enjoyed that. Get to talk to the cab driver.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Learn about things.
3-year course.
Count 3-1. Victor Martinez with a home run his last time up. His 26, which is a career high. 8-2 Yankees lead. And Martinez walks. Well, fans, the Yankees have cost Papa John's some money. They've scored 6 runs, so log on to papajohns.com tomorrow for 50% off your online regular menu price order. Use promo code Yankee6 at papajohns.com. Yankees are not holding Martinez at first. J.D. Martinez at the plate. Swings and misses. Check the swing. Count 1-1. J.D. Martinez swings and misses.
Now, the last time Adam Warren pitched was Sunday in the win against the White Sox. 1 inning and a strikeout, so he's well rested coming into the game tonight.
Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball right by him for the second out.
Yeah, power. In a 94 miles an hour in a revitalized arm. Right on by J.D. Martinez.
Here's Castellanos. And the count 1-0. Count 2-0 to Castellanos. 0 for 3 tonight with 3 ground balls. 2 to short, 1 to third. Rookie year hitting .261, 10 homers and 55 runs batted in. Lofted to right field. Ichiro on the run. He can't get there. It gets past him and it goes to the wall. Martinez is rounding third. He's coming home. There will be no throw. Castellanos with an RBI triple, and the Yankees now lead 8-3.
Well, the one-out walk comes in to score. And you saw one of the reasons why this is a good triples ballpark. Castellanos, then he kind of fights this off. He got the barrel of the bat to the ball by pulling the bat in towards his rib cage. And the ball's going to get by Ichiro, and then it hits the wall where it kind of slants. And then it takes off for deepest right center field. 1 run scores. Castellanos on his way to third with the 3-base hit. And that is his 4th triple of the season.
Alex Avila takes a strike. So it's 8-3. Yankees scored all their runs in the third. The Tigers came back with 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and now 1 here in the 8th against Warren. The line on Green, by the way, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, just 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. He threw 101 pitches, 69 of which were strikes.
The 1 walk was the first batter he faced in the game. He walked Kinsley.
Grounded softly to Prado. And that will do it. The Tigers get a run on 1 hit and 1 man left on base. We go to the 9th inning at Comerica Park. Yankees lead the Tigers 8-3. You are watching Yes. Turbocharged sales event. Visit VWDealer.com. By Chase, choose a bank where helping people comes first. And by the 2014 Mazda 3 with seamless connectivity. Now the Yankees can get 3 more outs, Kenny. They will have won 6 of their last 7. They lead 8-3 over the Tigers. A big 3rd inning where they scored 8 runs. Al Albuquerque is the 6th Tiger pitcher. He'll be in his 59th game, and he will face Mark Teixeira. So, Kenny, the question is, what caused the turnaround? Was it that meeting that they had where Kevin Long was a part of it, or was it Sean Kelly's plastic horse head? This was yesterday during stretch. He bought it off the internet. He said it was $15 or $20. And he just wanted to make his teammates laugh. Now they make him wear it during stretching every single day. And they've won, if they win tonight, 6 of 7, thanks to the rubber horse head.
You know what I'm thinking, don't you? You've won 6 out of 7. Why the long face?
Now, Sean also, a businessman's mind, said, hey, this is a business expense. I can write it off, the $15 to $20. Now, Kenny, you've been obviously parts of excellent teams. Sometimes you need things to loosen things up. It can't always be doom and gloom. You want to laugh and you want to smile, and something like that, a guy dancing around stretching with a horse's head on it, kind of loosens things.
Yeah, it does.
Swing and a miss. Teixeira down on strikes.
My former teammate Lee May was great at feigning arguments with Pat Kelly. They would have arguments just yelling at each other across the clubhouse over the silliest stuff, just to loosen the mood, going into tight series or, big games.
Here's Ichiro. This will be his first at bat. He took over in right field for Beltran. Beltran was 1 for 4 while he was in there with an RBI single in that 8-run third.
I remember one day, you know Rick Dempsey, right?
Sure.
You remember Benny Ayala?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they had an argument one day whether it was safer to cross the desert without water or go across the ocean in a rowboat.
Who won? Batman or Superman?
And they were, going around the locker room asking everybody what they. I said, forget it. I'm not answering it.
Count 1 and 2.
So I don't know. I just didn't want to get involved. I still don't want to get involved in that argument. And I mean, that's
tough.
30 years ago, maybe more.
Well, if you'd like to help Kenny, just tweet him at 29 all time and tell him what you think.
Gee, thanks, Michael.
Eight runs on 13 hits for the Yanks. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Tigers. Yankees have bounced back nicely from a disappointing loss yesterday that snapped their 5-game winning streak. And if it holds up in the bottom of the 9th inning, tomorrow, the afternoon game turns into the rubber game.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of the game in Kansas City, the makeup game, where offensively the Yankees put up a big number.
Nice play by Avila, but Ichiro beats it out as he threw it into the runner. So Ichiro with an infield hit.
Ichiro, of course, he puts the pressure on when he's running. Right in the middle of the back.
Also, Avila was staring there. Miguel Cabrera did not want to reach in there. He just let that ball go by. He did not want to injure himself.
Not when you're losing 8-3.
Watch, not even in nope, I'll get out.
I think they're going to need him down the stretch. Now, I don't think there's much he could have done with that anyway.
Brian McCann takes outside, 1-0. And 3-0 on McCann. Brian 2 for 4 and an RBI single in that 8-run third. And Albuquerque deals a strike.
So the Tigers have used 5 pitchers out of their bullpen tonight. You wonder how that carries over into tomorrow's game.
There's one. And there's 2. 3-6-3 double play. Oh, check that. 4-6-3 double play to end the top of the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Yankees up by 5. Of the game.
Well, it started with the top of the order in the 3rd inning, and Jacoby Ellsbury gets things started with a base hit. Derek Jeter follows with a double. Martin Prado's next. He slams a base hit in the left field. The next hitter's Teixeira. He goes to the opposite field for a 2-base hit. Carlos Beltran chips in with a base hit to right field. The Yankees are scoring runs meanwhile. And McCann gets a base hit. Then Chase Headley with a single. You think they're done? No. An infield single for Brett Gardner. He gets an RBI. And number 9 hitter, Francisco Cervelli with a base hit and the RBI. Before it was all said and done, the Yankees had 8 runs on 9 hits, and those are our Land Rover drives of the game.
And that last hit was the one that knocked David Price out of the game. So Dellin Betances, who's extraordinarily well-rested, comes in to get some work here. And he'll start it off with Eugenio Suarez. 1-0. Managing a bullpen, it's almost like an amusement park ride. Sometimes you can't get him any rest. Other times you get too much rest and you have to bring him into a 5-run game. As Suarez lost a fly ball to right for the first out. Betances last pitched on the 23rd against the White Sox. So today is the 27th. That was Saturday, so 4 days off for the Yankee right-hander.
Usually when he gets that much time off, he's bringing fire.
Here's Ezekiel Carrera. Took over in center field for Rajai Davis, who was 0 for 2 when hit by a pitch. Pop foul behind the plate. What Joe Girardi would like here is a quick, easy inning, not too many pitches. And this way he got his work in and will be ready for the next 2 days. They don't like to pitch him 3 days in a row, but if he doesn't throw many pitches here, they might be able to. The 0-1. Ground ball to Prado. 2 away.
Looks like Joe might get his wish here.
4 pitches so far.
Kinsler did draw a walk in the first inning, but he's one of those hitters that first fastball that he sees, he usually takes a pass at it.
Pitch to Kinsler. 1-0.
I should say the first fastball in the strike zone.
Kinsler 0 for 3. He walked in the first inning. Actually hitless in his last 9 at bats. The 3 teams that the Yankees are looking at to move ahead of, all 3 of them, Kenny, have lost. The Orioles lost, the Mariners lost, and the Tigers are 1 out away from losing.
And sometimes it's about timing. You know, you win, the other teams lose. And sometimes you're starting to run out of time. If you win and they win, that's a day off the clock for them.
Toronto did beat Boston, and Cleveland and the White Sox are tied at 2, bottom of the 7th inning. That's in Chicago. And Kansas City beating up on a Minnesota 6-1 top of the 9th. So they're looking at this score and loving it, because now they'll pick up a game on the Tigers for the lead in the American League Central.
Tigers lose, what, they'll be 2.5 behind.
And record-wise, the Royals have the easiest schedule of all. The 3-2, driven deep to left field, but foul. It's all about the 3rd inning in this one. 9 straight hits off David Price. The 3-2. And there's a base hit for Ian Kinsler. And that breaks his 0 for 9 slump. He doesn't get his no fuss inning out of Betances, but still just 12 pitches. And here's Torrey Hunter. Breaking ball with no bite. And that one off the glove of Cervelli, as Kinsler will move to second.
You heard Torrey Hunter in anticipation of being hit by that pitch. Listen to this, folks. I think that's the last thing you want with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Watch him pull that elbow in. Then the ball glances off the glove of Cervelli.
So a 2-0 count on Hunter. Hunter 1 for 4 tonight. Scored one of the 3 runs for the Tigers in the 4th inning. Fouled that fastball back. A base hit to left field. Kinsler rounds third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Hunter, and the Yankees now lead 8-4.
Torrey Hunter's second hit of the game, and he picks up a run batted in. Maybe the layoff and the Betances is not sharp. Pitches in the middle of the plate. No matter how hard you throw, hitters can turn it around. And Kinsler, who moved to second on the wild pitch, comes in to score.
And here is Miguel Cabrera against Betances. Cabrera with a double in 4 at-bats, a run scored, an RBI, should I say, as Hunter takes second on defensive indifference. And you can see the command is not there for Dellin Betances.
The fans are getting all upset, but that was not a fastball. It was a breaking ball that, as Michael says, had no bite. Just kind of spun up to the plate. And, of course, hitters don't take any chances, fastball or breaking ball. They're getting out of there.
Strike. And the count 1-2. So the Tigers down to their final strike. And David Robertson gets up. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ball game over. And the Yankees bounce back and win this one 8-4. After having their 5-game winning streak snapped last night by a score of 5-2. The only offense generated the 2 home runs by Jacoby Ellsbury. The Yankees score 8 against David Price in the 3rd inning on 9 straight hits, and Betances strikes out Cabrera.